So welcome back to the channel, everyone. Triple M here. Today we're taking a look at Hohem's iSteady X. Now this is a 3-axis lightweight gimbal made for your smartphone. So last year I reviewed the iSteady 3 from Hohem, and that was a very cool product, guys. But this is the upgraded version, ton of new features, and we're going to get into that in this video. But before we do, if you guys notice, I have two iSteady X's. They do come in two different colors, guys, a black and a white one. And watch the entire video. One of these, it's going to be a giveaway for one of my lucky subscribers. Of course, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button in the top right, smash that notification bell. Please drop your comments and questions in the comment section below. So like I said during the intro, watch the entire video. One of these will be a giveaway. I'll let you know how you can go about winning it. But for this review, I'm going to focus on the black one, just the fear that I'll get the white one dirty and then I can't do a giveaway with it. So we're going to put this one to the side. As far as some of the features that makes this gimbal unique, first one is that this is extremely lightweight, guys. 259 grams, and this was made with mobility in mind. So put it in your back pocket, your side pocket, your jacket, and take it on the road with you. It also has a 3-axis gimbal, of course, 3 brushless motors, and this has the new iSteady anti-shake algorithm, which makes the motions a lot steadier. So the design is very cool. It is foldable, it collapses. The palm size is 179 by 79 by 39 millimeters. So that's after it's collapsed. So it comes in two colors, your black and white. As far as the rotation range, we're panning 320 degrees. The roll is 320 and the tilt is 270. The battery size is 2000 milliamp hour and charging time is 2 hours. The operating time is 8 hours. And as far as the application, supports both iOS as well as Android. Let's go ahead and see what's in the box. Carrying case, pretty small. So if the gimbal fits in this, that's a pretty good accomplishment. Look how small this is. About the palm of my hand, just a little bit larger than my iPhone. So pretty small, guys. Look how tiny this thing is. USB-C cable, wrist strap, probably won't be using this much. Here's the tripod, guys. Pretty straightforward, simple. Gimbal itself, looks pretty good. So let's go over some of the buttons on this. So first we have our zoom button on the side. So the zoom button only works if you're in the Hohem application. So if you're just using a regular camera, this will not work. So we'll test it out. Of course, we have our joystick, nice and smooth. Our battery indicators at the top. We have our Bluetooth LED. This is our camera control or shutter control. So this is what you essentially use to take your video or your photo. So as far as the operations of this button, you press once, you take a photo, press twice to start or stop recording the video. And if you press 3 times, you'll switch between the front and the rear camera. So we'll test it out as well. So next we have the power button, and this has some additional functions as well. If you hold the power button, that will turn the gimbal on and off. If you do a single tap, that will switch between landscape and portrait. And if you press it twice, this will recenter the gimbal. So older gimbals, if you wanted to switch between landscape and portrait, you'll have to go and take the phone, rotate it, and then put it in. With this, you do a couple presses here and it automatically rotates. So another cool feature. So like I said, this is meant to be able to fit in your pocket. There's no reason why it shouldn't. Now on the side we have our USB-C, and this is essentially to charge it. So this part actually locks in, guys. So this is unlocked. Then you need to go ahead and tighten that up. And now the gimbal is actually active. Now another cool feature about this gimbal is that the actual gimbal is off center. So if you look, your camera is not going to be directly behind the main motor right here. And that allows the camera to be a lot freer and allows those wide pan where you won't get interference from the actual device itself. Getting this all set up, make sure that this is in the lock position. To fold it back in, you'll need to go ahead and make sure that's locked. So bring it to the lock position, tilt it this way, and there we go. So it's going to take a little practice, but once you do it a couple times, you'll be good to go. This is unlocked. You want to make sure that's not locked. You want to make sure your motors are free. And when you go ahead and set your smartphone into this device, make sure that Hohem is sitting upright. So you'll put your smartphone in, pull down, and you're all set. All right, so completely up to you. Like I said, Hohem's got to be sitting up. Go ahead and put this in. And this is the iPhone 11 with the case, guys. So when you mount this, you want to get it as close to balance as possible. So look like it's leaning to the left a little bit. So What I want to do is just slide this a little bit over. All right, so now it's going the other way. Let's try this again. See if I can get it a little bit better. Still going that way. Let's keep playing with this. There we go. That's what a good balance should look like. So also very important to note is that each one of the motors on this device locks up. So if you look right here, there's a lock and there's an unlock. So to lock this, snaps in. Same thing with this one underneath, as well as this one right here. So you can't have it in a fixed position like this. So keep that in mind. And also very important is that if these motors are detected to be locked, your device will not function. So these need to be unlocked before you can get your camera up and running. Also important to note is that you will need the Hohem application and an account set up before you can use the gimbal. So let's go ahead and get it set up. In the initial startup, we're going to get a red and green flash. Now in the manual, it tells you what those flashes mean. So if it blinks red and then green, alternatively, the stabilizer is to be activated. And it says for this the first time. So that's something that you need to do in the initial setup. If it's solid green, your Bluetooth is connected. If it's single flashing green, Bluetooth is to be connected. So steady yellow means that the standby Bluetooth is connected. Single flashing yellow means that the standby mode and Bluetooth is to be connected. Steady red, warning of abnormal loads on the stabilizer. So if you have a phone that's too heavy, that's when you'll see that warning. So this is alternating between green and red, and that means that I need to activate the stabilizer. And it looks like the only way to get rid of that is to go through the application, register the device, and then go through the setup. So let's go ahead and do that. Now that I logged in, you see at the top it says that iSteady X detected. So let's hit connect. So Bluetooth pair request, we're going to click pair. All right, confirm. You're now connected to an unactivated gimbal. Activate now. Let's just confirm. And it looks like that's all it took to actually get activated. Let's do a calibration, and to do that I need to press this button 5 times. So now that we have it activated, you can see we have some control, guys. Tilt it down, that's the maximum. That's the maximum up as well. As far as the rotation, we should be able to do more than a 360. Let's go all the way around. And we'll go all the way around from this side. Moving left to right. There's a slight little follow right there. Tilt it down, tilt it up. Looks pretty good. To switch it from portrait to landscape, just tap the button once, and there we go. And like I said, everything looks pretty good right here. You can flip it. If you guys want to do a low shot or something like that, just simply rotate it like that. And it do have some options in the menu, which I'm going to show you in a little bit, how to make sure that's good to go, guys. So all the way around. So the first menu up top is going to be your home. So if you click on home, it's going to bring you back to where we started essentially. Now you have the option for your flash, so you can turn that on and off. And like I said, you can hit the button down here once to take a picture. And you can see the flash came on there. Press it twice and it will start recording video. So video is going right now. And I think that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and we'll double tap again to stop the video. So 3 taps on the same power button should flip the camera around. Let's check that out. All right. We also do have a dedicated button to flip the camera as well. So below that we have the face tracking button. So if you put this on, it will look for a face and it will track you. So I brought Melody back to the studio, guys. Let's see if it... So picked it up right away, as you can see. So if I move this, no matter where I move this, it will keep following her. If you go down, it will rotate up. And just to see how good this is, if we take Melody and we move her, you can see You see it does a pretty good job tracking the face. If I move it up, you see that works pretty well. So it works pretty well in my opinion. Just keep in mind that you will need some light. Better if your eyes are visible. That will help it track your face, but works pretty well. It works a little bit better on the front camera in my opinion than the rear camera. And that can just be because the front camera is a better camera than the rear facing camera. So next to that we have the settings button. So this is where you're going to get into all your features, guys. You have the main button up top. That's going to select your resolution. Right now it's 720p at 30 frames per second, so we can switch that all the way up to 4K 60 frames per second. Let's just do 1080p 30 frames and we'll just leave it there. As far as the ISO, set to auto, but you can go in and change it if you want to get into the advanced mode. And the same thing for the grid. If you guys wanted to show the grid, you can go ahead and do so. Diagonal, grid. So like I said, completely up to you depending on what you're trying to do and depending on what your comfort level is. So next we have the gimbal parameters. So working mode is currently set to pan, tilt, follow. So let's switch through the different modes and just see the characteristics. So this is pan, tilt, follow. So if I go like this, you can see it goes down, it follows it up as well, follows it left, follows it right. Let's switch it to pan, follow. So it goes left and right the same way. However, when you go up and down like this, it pretty much stays in place, as you can see. So that's the difference there. We have the all lock. So what this is basically this will try to stay locked on the subject that you're focused on. So right now I'm on the headphones. So if I go that way or that way, it's going to stay on it. If I rotate left and right, it's going to stay on it. If I go down or up, it's going to stay on it. And it's just a limitation of the gimbal. If you go too far, it's going to tilt the cell phone, and that's because the gimbal itself is angled. And you can see it's doing a pretty good job. I am twisting my wrist, going up and down, and works pretty well in my opinion. Like I said, it all comes down to the limitation of the gimbal. The gimbal is angled, so if you go all the way down and it hit that extremity, it is going to go down. Same thing if you go all the way up, just depending on how far you push it. Last option is follow POV. So the motor is doing some things right there, and you can see it's doing some wonky stuff. So basically follows whatever you're doing on the gimbal. Don't matter if you're doing twisties or whatever. So I'm not sure who in their right mind would film in that mode, but that option is there if you want it. So that was basically the working modes for the gimbal. Like I said, it's a lot, but it basically covers everything you need, guys. Next we have the follow speed set to general, but if you click there, you have slow, medium, and fast. You also have the motor speed set to medium. Let's set it to high. And you can see the difference there. It's a lot more responsive. That would be the equivalent of a sport mode in my opinion. So set it back to medium. So we also have auto roll and auto rotation. When that's turned on, the camera will flip. So see the camera flips. Now you have an upside down, which you can always edit in post, but some people might prefer this option. Just really depend on what you're trying to accomplish. Let's turn that back off. We have the pan joystick reverse. So with the pan joystick reverse, basically the joystick is going to go opposite. So if I go left, it's going to go right. If I go right, it's going to go left. Down is still down, up is still up. So that's another feature. We also have the same thing with the joystick speed. We also have the tilt reverse, which is going to do the same thing. If I go down, it's going to go up is going to go down. We also have the tilt joystick speed and the auto calibration. Let's click on that and see what that does. Okay, so it's telling you that this takes about 40 seconds. We're going to go ahead and cancel it. So the last set of menus, we have the device name, the serial number, the firmware version, as well as the BLE version. And we're making our way through the actual application, guys, almost there. So next we have the Z and F. This is actually the controls for your telephoto and your wide slider right here. So if it's on Z, if you hold it down or up, it will zoom in and out. Pretty straightforward. But if you set it to F, which means focus, and use it, you can see the headphone is now out of focus. Like I said, this is all dependent on your preference and what you want to do. So moving over to the right side of the menu. So first we have our different filters. Yes, we have filters on here. So right now none is applied, but you can go to beauty. You can see it kind of spark everything up a little bit. Grayscale. We also have our Garçon Blur. Not sure what that means. Not even sure if I'm saying it right. Sepia. Another one I probably butchered. We have our sketch, and that's a cool shot right there, guys. Let me take a picture of that. Next we have our cartoon, another cool shot. Let me go ahead and take a picture of that. Next we have our bilateral. Not sure how that would even be helpful or handy, but it is there. I'm sure someone's out there that's actually using it. So below that we have our shutter. Of course, we can manually take a picture. Below that we have our time lapse, and within time lapse you can set different options, guys. It's just take photos at whatever shutter speed and time you set, and it will go ahead and give you a nice result. So that's the basic time lapse. There's another one that's coming up. Now after that we have our video, we have our moments. And moments is where a lot of cool effects are. So this is called inception mode. So I did a couple examples, and I'll go ahead and I'll probably roll those, but just to give you an idea what that looks like in inception mode. All right, so you do have two options in inception. You can set it to a 180 inception or a 270. So let's just try the 180. All right, we're gonna focus on our subject, and it's gonna start counting down. All right. So you can see it's giving us about 15 seconds, and it's gonna stop there. And now it's actually gonna play it back to us. So I think that's a pretty cool effect, and I've used that a couple times. And from here you can reshoot or you can save the video. You also have fantastic rotation, and let's go ahead and click start. And like I said, it's another effect that gives you some cool things. You can get creative. You can go left or right and go around it. And we'll kind of see what we created there. I haven't seen an option where I can kill the music in this, but of course you can always do that in post-production. So next is our panoramic. Basic panoramic, guys. You get to set it, and then what this does is just a full panoramic video, guys. You can see it's just turning, it is recording. You're just getting a nice shot of the room. Next we have our smart motion time lapse, and hard to do that in this setting, but I did do a couple examples at the park. Not only is it doing a panoramic shot, it's also doing a pan, which creates a really cool effect. We have our dolly zoom. This is another one that has a very cool effect. Next we have dramatic, which basically gives you a couple shots within, guys, and it does it all. And I'll put that example there that I took from the park as well. And Lucky Time, like I said, is just another one of those collages of videos where it records 3 different shots and put them all in one. So that's basically it. That's the full overview of the Hohem iSteady X. This is a very cool gimbal. Not only is it lightweight, but it packs a punch, and the app has a lot of cool features. Demonstrated most of them for you. I know this is a lengthy video, but really wanted to cover everything for you people that have questions or thinking about buying this, or if you're comparing this to another pocket-sized gimbal. So currently the price on this is $79. I'll leave an Amazon link in the description. Like I said, it comes in 2 colors, black and white. Pick your preference. For everyone that's been waiting for the giveaway, thank you for sticking through this whole video. Hopefully you didn't skip ahead, but anyway, to be entered for this giveaway, all you need to do is drop a comment. Let me know which color you want to win in the comment section. So all you have to do is comment black or white, and I will pick a winner Tuesday of next week. So set your calendar. Tuesday we'll pick a winner for the black or white, and I'll ship it out to you. Big shout out to Hohem again for sponsoring this video. Big shout out to them for helping me facilitate this giveaway. If you guys have any questions about this, drop it in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the thumbs up, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.